Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back to the show. We are joined once again by Kaye Ashbridge. Excited that she's joining us here today to talk more about tarot and all that she does as a medium, as a psychic, as a tarot reader, she wears many hats. She has many titles. Let me have the lady of the hour now introduce herself. Hi, Kaye.
Hi, Jill. Thank you for that. Yes, I'm Kaye Ashbridge. I'm the owner and operator of Expanding Heart Tarot. It's kind of my dream child. I've been reading tarot for most of my life, and I started a professional business a couple of years ago, and I'm really enjoying it. I offer tarot readings. I read intuitively. I also teach tarot. I work with our chakra system. I also teach about chakras, our 7 in-body chakras. And I use numerology. I've been studying numerology for several years. It fascinates me. And so my website is expandinghearttarot.com. You can see all of the offerings that I have there. Right now, my events page is closed because I've just finished a bunch of events, and I'll get kind of organized to get a few more things out there in the next few weeks. And I'm just really happy to be here, Jill. I know last week we talked about some scary cards in tarot, and we didn't have a chance to open the lines. I think there was some IT stuff going on at that office. So we can invite the callers to ask any questions they might have around tarot. And I thought we might kind of focus on the happy tarot cards this time.
Beautifully said. Sounds good. And it's 631-307-4010, 631-307-4010. Call at any time. The lines are open. Let's begin. Let's talk about some of the happy cards. And I could probably see some of them behind you. If you guys are on the video cast, I could see behind her. She got an amazing background filled with cards.
Yes. Well, one of my favorite cards, this is the Temperance card. So Temperance is all about balance and equilibrium. There's a lot of messages to this card that really have to do with that we walk in both the spiritual world and the physical world. And we kind of know this because we have these 5 senses: taste, touch, sight, sound. And these are our physical senses, but we also have our inner senses that we don't see, but we can feel and we know they're there. So this card, the Temperance card, it reminds us of that. And you can see this angel, he's got a foot in the water and a foot on the land, which really represents walking the spiritual path, the water, and walking the physical path, the earth. And this angel is Archangel Michael. And he's pouring water from one cup into another, not spilling a drop. And just there with that beautiful halo around his head, that is enlightenment. So this card, when the Temperance card comes up, it can remind us that we might need to bring more balance into our lives. It could be more play with our business. It could be more questioning of our spiritual side, not just the physical side. And it can also remind us to go within and listen to our own counsel. What do you think about that, Jill?
I'm just amazed at the water going in and out like that. Pretty fascinating, because I can't do that from afar. Yeah. But that's not normal. It's like on an angle, so that's showing you. Oh wow, yeah, I can't do that. I have trouble. Like putting the Windex into the new thing with the refill. I can never get that right. But I never even heard of the card till today, so this is all new to me. If someone who's not in your field and who does your craft, obviously, I'm learning. Like you taught me last week. I see the one over there with the sword. And the other one, I forget the name of it, but I'm looking at it behind you. But yeah, I love looking at these and learning, because sometimes it's not what you think they are.
Sometimes it's not what you think they are. That's very true. Well, the Temperance card is number 14 in the major arcana. There are 22 cards in the major arcana, and arcana just means secret. Ancient Greek word. So the big secrets in life, these 22 cards in the major arcana, represent the milestones in our physical lives. And the minor arcana, the other cards, kind of represent our day-to-day mundane things in our lives. Another card that I really, really love is the Star card. So the Star card, this is Tarot's number 17 in the major arcana. And the star, this offers us hope and faith and optimism and looking forward to good things in life. And we did talk a little bit about the Tower, which is that card where everything's falling apart.
Yeah.
And the foundation is being crumbled so we can build something new. That was the 16 in Tarot's major arcana. And after the Tower comes the Star card, which brings hope and renewal and rebuild. You know, when we look at the Tarot and we start looking at the meanings of these cards, we can absolutely relate them to things that happen within our lives. You know, and that's really the point of tarot. It helps us find insight and clarity beneath the chaos or the mundane. And tarot, for me anyway, really helped me to look at my life and find deeper meanings of things that happened. And why this matters, I believe, in my practice with tarot is because tarot helped me face some tragedies I had experienced, and it helped me face some violence that I witnessed. And through that, I was able to process so many emotions that were just laying dormant because at the time that I experienced certain things, I didn't have the emotional maturity nor the world experience to even understand what I was seeing. So I just kind of stuffed it away and didn't look at it. And as I entered my teens and later in life, you know, these things started bubbling up and I couldn't not look at them anymore. Tarot helped me find ways to navigate through my own shadow work and come out on the brighter side. And so that is really my focus when I help others with tarot. I kind of call it transformational coaching through tarot because I have many clients who meet me and we have a reading together and it evolves into something more, which is absolutely coaching and helping them develop their own intuition, face their own shadows, and heal the pain that maybe they've been holding within their energetic bodies. You know, these chakras of ours are portals to our spiritual sides that can help us heal ourselves. Our body can help us heal in very many ways.
This is fascinating. By the way, on the star card, I was also a little like, wait, okay, it's daylight, but the stars are out, and it's not just the yellow star. Then I saw the white stars around it too. And again with the water, she's pouring water right into the lake. Is that what she's doing, or is it coming
Yes,
pouring into?
she's pouring the water.
On
And
both.
when we see water and we see ponds and we see waterfalls and lakes in tarot, that water represents our collective conscious. It can represent the individual's subconscious, and it can represent our universal collective conscious because we all share in that collective conscious. We all have, we all are part of the web of life. And we build our webs, we build our world, and we overlay our energy with others and theirs with ours. And we connect, and everything is energy. Energy never dies. It simply transforms, transmutes, changes. And so we as energetic beings, we are always moving our energy in and out, contracting, expanding, working with others, working away from others. You know, life is just a beautiful tapestry, and there's so many beautiful musical notes that each of us can represent.
Beautiful. And hold on, we have a call coming in. Hi, welcome to the show. You're live on the line. Who's this?
Hi, this is Brian.
Hi, Brian. It's Jill. You're live on the line with Kaye Ashbridge. How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. How are you guys?
Good, good. So obviously you have some questions for Kaye. Please feel free to ask anything.
Yes, I wanted to know, is like what tarot you use to help with like at my every day-to-day life? That?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Are you talking about like if you were to pick a tarot card a day? Is that what you mean? Just how can tarot help you day by day?
Yeah, like kind of on like a day-to-day basis for like my daily lifestyle. Tarot can help with that.
Yeah, there's a really fun thing to do with tarot cards. And you can do this, Brian, with tarot decks or oracle decks. But you just shuffle the cards, and while you're holding them and you're shuffling, have in your mind a question, something that you would like enlightenment on. It can be a prayer that you have been saying to help someone, to help yourself. But whatever it is that's on your mind, as you shuffle the cards, just think that. And then, I like to cut them with my left hand because that's closer to my heart. And then just take the first card off the top of the deck and have a look at that. And whatever that card might be, you could, throughout your day, just reflect on that card and see what message it's bringing you. And Brian, right now, I am shuffling the tarot deck and I'm going to pull a card for you. Okay.
Okay.
And we'll
Okay.
see what
Thank
message
you.
this has for you today. So I'm cutting
Okay,
this deck.
that's cool.
Okay, I'm cutting this
So
deck with
should
my
like
left hand.
tarot be used like every day? It should
Can
be used like
Ye-
every day, or should it be like a weekly thing? Like,
I use tarot every day. You can use tarot every day. One thing that you might be thinking of is when someone asks a question of tarot and they pull a card and they don't like that card, they might just keep pulling and pulling, and then it gets more and more confusing. So my advice is stick with the one that you pulled. And even if it doesn't make sense at the moment, give it a minute, give it an hour, give it the day and see.
Mm-hmm.
And what I chose for you, Brian, is the Six of Swords. So six, this is a really harmonious number. It is a number of cooperation. Does the number six have anything, specific for you right now?
yeah, it's like the only thing six could mean is like the date of my birthday, Jan 6th.
Okay, well, here you have the Six of Swords. Swords has to do with our thought processes and our mental landscape. And in the image here in this card, there is a boy and a woman in a boat, and they're being guided out of choppy waters. You see where my fingernails are, choppy waters, to calmer shores. So this Six of Swords that we've chosen for you, Brian, could be a message that if you need help, don't be afraid to reach out and ask someone for help, because it is there for you. And it also could be a message that if you find yourself feeling stuck or in a situation that feels a little chaotic, you're on your way to calmer shores. So keep the faith and watch for opportunities.
Oh, okay. Thanks. That really helps. Should be really open-minded. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but
You're
we need
so
you.
welcome.
Okay, how do we do this ourselves? We can't we can pull a tarot card every day. We don't know how to do it, so we have to call you every day.
If you own a tarot deck or you own an oracle deck, you can pull your own card each day. The magic is in you. And I realize that it's not just something that comes naturally to everyone. But I want you to know, like Brian, I'm so glad that you called and asked. If you find yourself attracted to a certain oracle deck or even a tarot deck, and you own that deck, you are welcome to pick a card for yourself each day. Take it into your meditation. Be curious. Maybe even use it as a journal prompt.
All right.
Or you can certainly call me for a reading and we can go into ways that I
Okay.
can help you do this.
Sounds good. I'm going to keep that in mind. I really appreciate that, though.
You're so sweet.
I learned something new today.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much. And if you want to reach out, Kate, just tell us your contact information
Yes,
again.
you can
Thank you.
contact me through my website at expandinghearttarot.com.
Perfect. Thanks so much. All right. Back to the positive good cards, right? We were on the last one. We did temperance. We did, what was the second one?
Well, we did the star
The
card,
star
temperance
card.
and the star. Mhm. Well, let's talk about the sun card. Like, look how nice and happy that card is.
Beautiful.
And
There's a being on a horse, riding
there's
a horse or a
yep,
child.
there's a naked child on a white horse. The white in tarot represents purity of thought and spirit. That beautiful naked child represents us, represents our inner child. It represents our innocence and our curiosity. And when we come into this realm, how open we are, how playful we are, and so very curious. And this individual on his horse, he is completely happy. He's got a red banner. Now that red banner represents our root chakra, which reminds us that it's very important for us to stay rooted in the earth, the Mother Earth we're part of. And then you see the sun shining so brightly and just takes up almost half of this card. And that sun represents how the sun brings vitality and life to our planet, and how our solar plexus chakra brings light and vitality to our body. And through our chakra system, we can really get in touch with our inner child. So this card, the sun, can remind you to make space and time to take attention with our inner child, because that inner child is so important. A lot of times we just don't realize that we didn't have someone at certain times in our lives. And maybe at this time in an adult life, it's our turn to be whatever our inner child didn't have. You know, and this also goes back to kind of paying attention to our thoughts and feelings as they come up, because it's really important to process our emotions, because you can think of our own emotions like children.
Yeah.
They belong to us, so we shouldn't try to push them away. We generated them for some reason, and we should really look at them before we release them.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And by the way, the lines are still open, 631-307-4010. If you have any questions, please feel free to call. Kaye Ashbridge here again, joining us, talking about her tarot reading, her numerology, all she does. And today's topic, we are on the good cards. Well, the positive, happy cards. But again, even like the dark cards that we talked about last week weren't so dark, even though they might have looked it and were called some dark type of things. But right?
Right. Sometimes we avoid certain aspects of our lives, of our personalities, of ourselves. And so we just tend to kind of shove them back, say, oh, we'll deal with it later. I'll look at it later. And then later never comes. But that thing that we keep avoiding, it didn't go anywhere. It's residing in our energetic bodies and even in our physical body. So it will either come out as an emotion that we need to take care of because it's a trigger, or it could come out as a physical ailment. So our emotions are vital to our own health, taking care and paying attention to our emotions.
Beautifully said. All right. What else did you have for us?
Well, I think I'll pull a card for you, Miss Jill.
All right,
And
go for
let's
it.
see.
Yes, it's been a crazy week. Yes.
A busy week. So I'm just going to cut this
Sure.
deck. I'm pulling off the top right here. Oh my gosh, you have the Knight of Swords. This is great. So this is some information that's coming to you. It's probably coming via, it feels like either a text message or an email, and there's an invitation. Either you've been waiting for information that is now coming, or you're getting an invitation to go somewhere. And this also has something to do, it's tax time. And it might be that you're going to get a little bit of money back in the mail.
Oh, that would be even better. Wow.
That would be nice. But something's coming to you. Some information's coming to you. And it feels like it's something you've been waiting for.
Okay. Wow.
And this will be coming like in days, just a few days. Maybe it'll be about 7 to 8 days. And I want you to be sure and let me know.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Perfect. I just got an email invitation to get like a free pass to like the home show April 5th and 6th out on Long Island to look at new kitchens, but that's probably not it. I already got it.
I don't know what it is, sweetie. It feels like it has to do with money, or it feels like it has to do with something you're really like hoping for.
All right, good. I like that. I like that.
Probably more than a home show.
All right, good. What else?
Yeah. And so we are coming into, on Friday, we have a full moon, and this full moon is also a lunar eclipse.
Oh.
Right. And a lunar eclipse happens when the sun, the moon, and hold on. Well, the sun and the moon, and what else is coming into alignment? The Earth, the planet Earth, duh. So we're in alignment.
Okay.
And what happens is like this is going to be a blood moon. So the full moon is going to look red
Okay.
because the moon is in the shadow of the Earth. And so it's going to be the lunar eclipse. So the moon will really, it's a full moon, but it's going to go away for a little bit because it's going to right in the shadow of the Earth. And Mars is so close, it's going to look like it's blood red. So it'll be really interesting. And most of North America will be able to see the blood moon. And it'll be on Thursday night,
Awesome.
Thursday the
Ooh.
14th. Might be able to see a little bit of it on the 15th, but mostly on the 14th. It should be really interesting.
Oh, wow. I'm loving this insight today. Kay, you're
Yeah.
on point. Not that you're never not on point, but awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, we also have on the 15th, we have Mercury going retrograde. So have you heard of this before?
I've
Mercury
heard
in
of it. I,
retrograde.
I don't know what that means. I don't remember, to be honest.
Well, Mercury and the planet, our planet Earth, we're so close to each other. So um, when Mercury actually looks like it's going backwards, but what's happening is the Earth laps Mercury a couple
Okay.
times a year. So Mercury and the Earth are very close to each other, but there's kind of that elliptical in the rotation. And so when people talk about Mercury going retrograde, everyone gets real nervous, like don't sign contracts, don't buy
Okay.
anything big, be really careful. Mercury's in retrograde, IT snafus and communication goes crazy because Mercury's the planet of communications. But what's really happening is it looks like Mercury's going backwards, but it's not because the Earth is lapping Mercury. And the best way to kind of try to wrap our brains around it is think about when you're in a car driving down the highway and you want to overtake another car. So as you're moving along, so let's say that both cars are moving along together like the Earth and Mercury would be, but all of a sudden the Earth takes off. So we're in the car of the Earth and we're going to pass the next car. Well, when you look into the next vehicle, you can see the driver, maybe you can see the color of their shirt. You could even get eye contact and then boom, you pass them. And it's that moment as you pass them, it looks like they're going backwards, but it's an optical illusion. So Mercury doesn't actually retrograde and go backwards. It looks like it and it feels like it. So psychologically, a lot of people are very nervous when it comes to Mercury retrograde. But I say it's a really good time to double check your plans, double check your intentions, and also kind of surrender in the way that we accept that this world is so much bigger than us. And sometimes the universe has a better plan than we have. And so it's a moment of like, we can be vulnerable without being freaked out that something bad's going to happen to us because it's Mercury retrograde. And if Mercury retrograde kind of makes you feel nervous, well, okay, don't do those certain things, but certainly don't let it cause an illusion that something bad's going to happen to you just because it's Mercury retrograde.
All right. Thank you. I always was confused about that. I always hear about it, and then every year I forget what it is. Or how many times a year does this happen?
Oh, 3 or 4 times.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And it can last for a week, 3 weeks. Sometimes it has lasted over a month. It can last for a while.
Ooh. Geez,
Mhm.
didn't know this. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. All right.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, we are almost out of time. We got 3 minutes left on the clock. How did you want to kind of sum up for today?
Well, I would just love to invite everyone who's listening, if you're curious about tarot, reach out to my website, expandinghearttarot.com. I have a link to my scheduling page. You can sign up for my newsletter and learn about what I'm up to each month. And also reach out to me directly via my website at expandinghearttarot.com. And that's the best way for people to get a hold of me.
Beautiful. And for today, I mean, so you wake up every day and you pick your cards every day. Tell me how it works for you, because you said you do tarot every day. I mean, I know
I
you're
do
doing
tarot
it,
every day.
teaching it, and also for yourself.
Mhm.
Is that part of your morning routine?
It is part of my morning routine. I get up, I do my thing, I have my coffee, I have my cards. I always pick a specific card. I have my own specific deck that I only read for myself. I don't read for others with this deck, although I have a lot of decks and I pick what I'm going to read for. And I read for people almost every single day. So tarot is part of my life. I think about things in tarot cards when people are explaining things. My mind goes to what tarot card relates to whatever they're talking about. And it's just part of my process. So I encourage anybody who has a tarot deck or an oracle deck to start picking a card each day. Use your journal, write down what card it was, and just reflect on it. It's a really nice way to be in the present moment, still yourself. It could be a journal prompt, it could be a meditation topic, and you'll probably find a lot of insight coming through when you just open yourself up to tarot.
Thank you so much. And I love it. Thank you for my reading. Thank you for, was it Brian who called in? Thank you for reaching out. And thank you for enlightening us as always. And also, if you want to reach out to Kaye one more time, how can we contact you?
expandinghearttarot.com.
Thank you.
And I will reach back. Thank you so much, Jill. You have a wonderful week.
You too. I appreciate it. Enjoy. Thank you so much. And to everyone out there, stay tuned. We'll be right back with more.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.